last time, I believe you fought some orcs in a field because you went looking for them. Does that sound correct?
Yeah, I think they've been pretty suspect the whole time we've been in these lands. We've seen them a few times, and finally we're just like, let's go see what's up.
Okay. That's kind of what I thought.
My guy, I missed the last session in this place, right?
Yes, you did. Because you were sleeping off in the corner. I've actually brought you back from the corner into the central fire. Bodhi has decided to sit this session out. He is resting and recuperating. He's got a bit of a cold, so he's just going to take a nap in the cave.
What
Is
level
this
are you?
the 3 siege owlbear?
You can use either, but I can give you the invite if you... Here, I can... You can go to the far give.
There we are.
And so you currently find yourselves once more in the cavern, Ostis's lumbering form, shielding Bodhi from the fire to ensure that he has shade as he recovers and recuperates with his cold. Eustace and Marlek, you find yourselves sitting on the opposite side of the fire from the hulking Otis, sitting about wondering what you would like to do today. Got the itch for adventuring.
We go
Hey, what?
farm some XP in the forest. Go like kill some boars.
What's the weather like today?
And if you decide to poke your head out through
Yeah.
the top hole, it's it is windy and on and off drizzly wet.
Well, maybe we go into town and see if they got any work for us.
Any caves full of bandits or whatever that needs clearing
Yeah.
out.
Eustace takes his staff and takes it and then plants it in the ground firmly and says, back in my day I used to be able to control the weather, and just like looks up sternly at the sky, and then like kind of like puts his hands over his eyes, like looking at the clouds. He's like, I've long forgot that spell though.
Roll a d20 for me, Eustace.
Oh.
D20. Okay. 13.
Yeah, it still escapes your memory. As you look at the clouds, you do, however, sort of reminisce that something about lightning sort of comes to your mind.
Hey, could be a thunderstorm here, fellas. But maybe not travel now. I don't know. Unless we seek, shelter for a little while.
Okay. What are you scared of the wind?
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you get struck by lightning, don't say I didn't warn you. Points his staff at you.
All right, don't point that thing at me.
And should we make our way into town then?
Yes, we should.
Okay. I will pull up Last Haven.
See what's staring in town. Yes.
And it does take a few hours. It's about 2.5 hours of walking back to town. You find yourselves coming into town roughly midday at this point, and the town's bustling. You do notice quite a number of interesting things as you walk into town. You see shopkeepers boarding up their windows. You see women and men shushing children into homes. You basically see the town beginning to batten down the hatches for all intents and purposes.
Oh. Maybe we go get some beers and find out what's up.
Yeah, is there are we like close by any of these people boarding up their windows?
They all see you, and many of them recognize you. You have done quite a few jobs at this point for the townsfolk, merchants, shopkeepers. They know who you are. Some of them give a half-hearted wave, but most of them seem to be keeping their distance and moving along to try to keep with what they're doing. and you can see people like quickly pulling in goats, for instance, into the barns, so on and so forth. Eventually, walking along, you do, however, see. I believe that their name is um, Dwardrer Duskriver, an olive-skinned dwarf. He's the leader of the lumberjacks who you helped out early on, and he's sort of stumbling through the street with a tankard, coming from one of the taverns.
I'd go up to him and I'd ask him like, what's going on? Why is everyone, getting ready for some type of siege or something?
As this is all happening, Eustace like puts his if he has a hood, he puts his hood on.
Sort of pull your hood up. Otis, your hulking form, however, ensures that everybody knows exactly who the three of you are as you continue to wander down the central lane through town. Dwardritter notices you and sort of hiccups and goes, "Oh, it's the last day of our lives, lads. Might as well have a drink."
What do you mean by that? Something nefarious afoot?
Oh, you've not heard. Not been in town. Everybody in the taverns all heard last night, late at night. Orcs, big camp of them, about less than 10 miles to the west.
Oh, we've killed many of them. There can't be more. Eustace smiles.
You should go to the center of town and see if they've killed then.
Oh no, they've come here. Eustace says.
Oh, they
They've been
didn't.
too.
They didn't make it into town. I think this was their warning. They left it outside of the gates.
We've been too busy dilly-dallying in the caves. Eustace says.
Diddling in caves again, are you? I thought that was dwarven business. Sort of gives you an odd look. He's
Well,
looking.
it's a nice cave. We've done it up real nice.
Eustace like, I like to take naps there. It's very nice, quiet.
I think a dwarf will be the judge of what a nice cave is or not, and he gives another hiccup.
Oh yeah, he said what,
Dude.
to the west this camp of orcs was?
That's what some said. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where, but somewhat to the west.
It turned to Otis and Eustace. Like, where was the place that you guys fought the orcs last time? Was it around that area?
Eustace nods. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the map.
I
We
think
have a map.
I think it's been like 3 months since we did this.
The last thing I remember is there was like a trail, and the orcs were like traveling along the trail, essentially.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So there's a trail between the city and the town of Last Haven. The lumber camp was back up here. I believe you fought the orcs somewhere over here, which is roughly to the southwest. But they're saying that there's a camp somewhere about 10 miles to the west, which is really not that far. It's only about a
Right.
day's march.
So when they say a camp of orcs, like how many orcs does this person think there are?
Quantify a camp, sir.
He sort of looks at you, goes, I don't know, actually. Could be 10, could be 100. It's not clear.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that distinction is very important, my friend.
Look, if you want to know, you might want to go see it for yourself. He gives another hiccup. There's no way I'm leaving these safe walls.
All right. Yeah.
I was gonna say, what if we pay you to go see? Would you go then?
He's like glugging from his tankard, and he goes,
I
"I
was
gotta
like,
go
What
get
if I
another."
pay you, Sonny?
No, I got my own gold. I sold the lumber mill.
What lumber mill? Go on.
My lumber mill. Were you there the first? I don't think you were actually there the first one, Eustace. He looks to Otis. He's like, "Does this one not know about my
Yeah.
lumber mill?"
Oh, of course I know about your lumber mill. Yeah. Obviously.
Big things are gonna happen here in Last Haven, especially if you clear out them orcs. My understanding is that there's going to be a regiment of soldiers arriving to help deal with them.
Hey.
Are there no soldiers currently in town?
Oh, it's the Wild West. There's nothing here. Remains of the Gorton Commons dusted. There's nothing left out this way, and the king down south don't care about us out here. Not until they heard of all the resources like the lumber, and I don't know, I think word's getting around that y'all be finding treasure.
No treasure here. Eustace kind of like covers up his stuff.
Well, that may be. I'm gonna go get another ale. If you want to go see the heads on the pikes in the center of town, you should do so, for the crows pluck 'em clean. Otherwise, there won't be much left of them. I don't really know what to call them. Traveling folks?
Yes, we would love to look at some severed heads, wouldn't we, boys? Eustace like gestures to the lads.
Yeah. So I guess we should scout out this camp and then figure out if we need backup.
Yeah, when are the soldiers supposed to arrive? Does the dwarf know?
Oh, I don't. I just think my understanding was they sent a runner last night down south, calling up a regiment of troops to defend the town or to take out the orcs. But my guess is they aren't going to be around for at least a week.
Okay.
How many is a regiment?
I think it's about 25 to 50, depending on the commander who is their liege.
Hmm.
Maybe in the meantime we go scout out this camp, see what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Eustace shrugs. What's the worst that can happen?
Look, I'm very powerful, guys. I can just go in there.
Assume I should hit the long rest
Go
button.
in there. Yeah.
Yes, if you're not long
Yeah,
rested,
you've
you
been
should hit
sleeping
the long rest
for
button.
quite a while.
As you're walking through town, you eventually come to the heads on pikes. And they are the heads and faces of individuals you know are called Vistani.
Ah, jeez.
You don't really know too much about them. You don't recognize these folk in particular. You do see a single empty wagon along with 2 horses that are being led away by the local stable owner. But it looks like these folk have been killed.
So
They're
someone's watching us walk by.
Yes.
Eustace goes, spits on the ground as he's walking by, so the guy who's watching sees.
It's just like a stable hand, and he goes, "Oh, what? No insult, friend." And he sort of like bows his head and.
No, not to him, to the like towards the dead bodies. He's
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
yeah,
The crows.
trying to gain favor with the locals if possible.
The crows do continue to pluck away at these severed heads on pikes, and you can see that there are no bodies. It's just the heads on pikes in the center of town. Finally, a half elf sort of gingerly steps up to you. They're robed in a tight cloak, green, and they go, "Do you know these folks?" It's a man.
We did not.
Neither did I, though I know that they and the similar Vistani will sometimes travel the road down to the city. They come out of the wilds randomly from the west and simply pass through. Sometimes sell some wine, shows you, or points to an empty bottle underneath the cart. It has the symbol of a like a wizard's hat and a staff on it, and not bad stuff. But I found the heads on these pikes outside of town, about a mile to the west. It looked like they'd come out of a forest road and were ambushed. Orc arrows everywhere.
Poor bastards.
Damn
Indeed.
orcs.
I ran and warned the town when I could. My name's Sveen. Sveen. Svein. He sort of says, I grabbed their heads on the pikes, threw them over my shoulder, ran into town, put them in. A few of the other lads and I went out, grabbed the cart and the horses, brought them back. The fact that the orcs didn't want them, in my mind, only means one thing. It's a warning to the town.
Yes, that's what I thought was going on here. I didn't realize what was happening.
Sveen sort of looks at you all. You don't think you could maybe find that camp? Figure out what's going on?
That was actually our next move. Is what we were gonna do. Let's go check, see if we can find their camp and check it out. Maybe do some infiltration work.
I think that would be incredible for the town if you could do that. My only guess is that, look, how's this? I'll talk to some of the shopkeepers, the townsfolk. We'll rustle together some gold for you. If you can either ask the orcs to move along in a different direction or ensure that they move along in a different direction. Do you think that's a possibility? I know there's only the three of you, but. And he sort of looks around the town. I don't know who else to ask.
Eustace holds up his staff and he's like, I'm a very powerful wizard.
Make
We
a-
are, we are,
and
we
then-
are
and
quite
then-
capable.
And then he says, if they won't move, then the direction we'll put them is 6 feet under the ground. And he smiles.
Make a persuasion check. He sort of looks you up and down and goes, I mean, I've heard about some of your adventures. I've seen some of the items passed around by some of the merchants that you've sold. I believe you, frankly. That said, I have no idea how many orcs there are. My guess, there's at least 20. There's a lot of arrows and a lot of footprints.
20 is nothing, Eustace says.
Make a deception check.
Yeah, 20's a little. 20's a number.
He looks at you a little less sure and goes, are you sure? I mean, 20 is quite a bit.
Don't
No,
mind the old
I'm-
fellow. His mind's starting to go. He might not
Oh,
know
no,
how
no,
many
no.
20 actually is.
Yeah.
I'm a seasoned warrior. Eustace holds up his staff and then kind of like takes it and like holds over his head and then holds it with two hands and like holds it up and down over his head.
Okay. I understand. And look, I can point out where to the west you should head out to. Do you know where the bathing falls are? About a half mile to the west, and it's a place that you know about. It's been talked about in town. None of you have to roll for it.
I know of it well. I go there for my back. It ails me.
No, it's a good spot, right? And just head along the path further from that, another half mile or so, and that's where you'll find the site of the massacre. My guess, and I saw the tracks headed back to the west from there, they're camped somewhere in that direction. I have no idea how far, but it's going to be at least 5 miles, considering I did not see smoke anywhere on the horizon.
Yes, 5 miles is just a small jog for my friend here. His gestures towards the giant man.
Oh. Yeah. You gonna get in my little pouch here that
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
As you're standing in the town square and saddling up, as it were, you do hear a slight rumble of thunder off in the distance, probably to the north by the sound of it.
Just as I told you, I used to be able to control the weather.
Well, isn't like the orc god like Groomsh or some shit?
Roll a religion check.
I don't know if that. It's come in one of these things.
You're getting smart, Mr. Big Man.
It's a 10.
Let's see what you know about Groomsh. You know that Groomsh was an unstoppable warrior and powerful leader, and that the divine qualities of Groomsh resonate within all orcs and reflect within their toughness of spirit and body. They worship him because they feel that they embody his particular strengths in specifics. So their ability to effectively take hits without dying. You also know that he is sometimes referred to as Groomsh One Eye, and that theoretically the orcs say that they were created by him.
The is this symbol the eye?
Groomsh's symbol is
I think the eye isn't that Xanathar from
Oh yeah. Yeah, because the
the Beholder.
creature, yeah.
his symbol is typically a V on a triangular piece of metal on top of a triangular set of bones. And I will give you image of what that looks like.
Okay. Sounds like something an orc would make up.
Pretty dope. Looks like this. Actually, I'll drop it in here so you can all see.
Yeah, that makes me think Zug Zug. I love it.
Maybe
But-
maybe the storm will help us with our sneaking around.
What would you guys like to do?
We're gonna infiltrate the orc camp, right?
Yep. We're gonna do it the easy way or the hard way.
Is there a way we could buy maybe some potions before we head out? Because I am very squishy. I have 1 potion of healing.
Make an investigation check.
I mean, we're always squishy, brother.
Mm,
14.
14. You begin to walk through town looking about. The general store is already boarded up fully. You don't notice any traveling traders with carts that would be normally pulled along. The only person that you see is Zveen, and he's helping individuals board up their homes. You get the sense that he's a pretty good dude, actually. You could ask him if he might have something or know of something.
The general store, does it seem empty on the inside? Or like is there anyone inside there? Can I, like,
You only
peer
pass.
through the boarded windows?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check as you step up to the boarded door and windows.
19.
You can hear footsteps and soft voices. You do see the flicker of a candlelight on the inside. It does seem like somebody's probably in there.
I won't rob them then.
I
Yeah,
have 2 potions.
I guess I'll go up to Sveen and I'll ask him if he knows if we can grab a potion of healing or 2 from somewhere around here before we go scout the camp out.
Yeah, you begin to approach him. He holds up a hand. Oh, one moment, please. And he continues to put a harness on this enormous hog and then hands the leash and harness off to this dwarven farm woman. Here, you should be able to lead him inside with this. And he looks at you. Yes, any last things I can help you with? And what did you say your name was again?
You can call me Maroki.
Maroki.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you know where we might be able to grab maybe some like potions of healing or anything that might help us while we scout this orc camp out for the town.
And he looks around and he sort of shakes his head and he goes, my understanding is that the general store was actually quite cleaned out sometime early this morning. Everyone came through and tried to buy as many goods as they could, then considering they have no idea what's ahead. Here, I'll do you a solid. And he opens his cloak and he goes, I've got 2 potions of healing. And I've got, let me see here. I have this salve. I think it's probably enough for about 3 uses. It will stabilize somebody if they're dying. And he hands over the 2 potions of healing and the salve. If you want these, I can take off a little bit of money if you come back successful.
It's like what you want.
yeah.
Did we lose you, Marlek? I think he sneezed himself to death.
Yeah, 1 second, guys.
He looks at Marlek, who's simply standing there slack-jawed and wild-eyed, and then tentatively hands them to Eustace Notice. Here you go.
Oh, thank you so much.
Sure, he'll appreciate it.
Yeah. I just
I'm
want
sorry. Surely he'll appreciate it.
Did your voice keep changing? No.
Yeah.
And-
Let me see. I want to check
What are you
something
talking about? This is my speaking part.
before we leave. So, okay, his real name is Maroki. Okay. Okay, so he's got a
They
short
call him
bow.
Roki, but in Discord it says Marlek.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know. Okay, so he's
Slip
got a
up.
short bow. So when we do fighting, because right now Maroki's level 2. So this is while we're waiting. I got a question.
Sorry,
Oh.
I'm back.
Okay.
DGK was him and his girlfriend stop by to like grab stuff because they're setting their new house up.
Oh,
We,
whoa.
that- we- yeah.
Big
So what
moves.
was? Did I have to roll for something? What was happening with my guy?
They gave you the potions and the salve. So they
Oh,
give you a
nice.
salve that'll stabilize somebody. If so, basically, if there's death saving throws happening, you can rub the salve on somebody's head with an action, and it will bring them to 0 hit points and stabilize them.
Nice. And then did he give us potions
Like
too?
that.
2 potions of healing.
Nice. All right, let's make some moves.
Okay, what would you guys like to do?
Ride upon Otis's back to where we're going.
It says to the west, right? Like 5 miles to the west or whatever. Something.
Yeah,
So let's go.
and you don't need to roll a survival check until you get past the massacre scene. It only takes you 20 minutes, actually. It takes you 10 minutes to get to the waterfall where you sometimes bathe, Eustace. It's about another 10 minutes of walking past that. Relatively flat ground the entire way, and it's an easy walk.
Eustace knows this path well. If this is where the watering hole is where he bathes.
And
Like, oh yes, this is my favorite tree here. Just like pointing things out as we get closer.
as you go by, you can see that there is nobody at the bathing watering hole.
That's very odd.
Yeah, normally you would expect at least 1 or 2 people, maybe even just like hanging out, reading, doing, hanging out in nature, basically. But there's nobody. It's not quiet. You do hear birds and typical wildlife, sound of the water rushing through. It's pleasant, except you hear once again off to the north, a little closer.
Where's my friend Jeffrey? He's normally here.
You do hear thunder once again. You don't see any rain yet, although the clouds are darkening ever so slightly. Continuing west takes you another 10 minutes, and you come upon a small clearing that looks ripe for an ambush site, and it doesn't take you long to see the remnants of snapped orc arrows, some in trees, as well as the tire tracks of the Vistani cart, and eventually blood patches on the ground. You do see tracks on the ground that don't match any of this, however. Large humanoid footprints, some beginning to head back to the west.
Should we just follow the tracks then? It sounds like.
Sounds
Like
like
we're a
it.
little late.
Do you guys, either you guys speak orc?
Yes, in fact.
Yeah, Moroki pipes up and says in orc, like, "Yes, I do speak orc."
Nice. Do we know about Moroki's little shape shifting thing? Or is that still
I think all that's happened is like he's changed his size. Like, he's been trying to play it off that like he's not like a changeling. He just maybe is a little magically inclined and can alter his shape a little bit.
okay?
And after Otis brings up like if they can speak orc, Moroki would pipe up and be like, "If we need to, like I might be able to I know a little bit of magic and I can change myself to make it look like I'm an orc. We might be able to sneak in."
Ooh.
And he like wiggles his fingers and tries to make it look like he's casting a spell, and then shape changes into an orc.
Ooh, bamboozle. I like a good bamboozle. Nice.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
minor illusion can't really do that, really, right?
No, it cannot.
Okay.
I think it would take something like disguise self to be able to do something like that.
Well, let's go scout this thing out, and then I think, yeah, because we
With
could.
minor
there's-
illusion,
we've got
Eustace puts
some-
the classic mustache and glasses on himself and says, "Look, I also have a disguise."
Okay. Good job, Eustace.
You have to crane your neck to turn around to be able to see him correctly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because we got. Oh man, we could like have someone you could have Maroki pretend to be an orc and like roll in and be like,
I
you
got
know,
these 2 prisoners
try to
here.
split them up. Not even like the Wookiee. That's the
Yeah, pull the Wookiee.
prisoner Wookiee
Uh,
Wookiee prisoner. Yeah.
the
Um,
classic Wookiee scenario, Eustace says.
Otis will
Yeah, I-
definitely. Otis could be a Wookiee.
But at the
for
same
sure.
time, I don't want to get too far behind enemy lines. That seems dangerous.
Look, we'll scout them out and then play with some
Yeah,
options.
Scout first. Scout first.
Yeah, play with some options.
And I'd stay in my orc form and be like, well, I'm like this. Call me I go by Ragnar Farstab.
Ragnar Farstad.
Father, you got it.
Okay. Ragnar.
I'm actually making you a token right now.
Oh, I already I made one for all my forms earlier.
Oh, nice. Okay, then never mind.
Forms.
Let me see.
Oh,
if
he's got
I-
forms.
Ragnar Farstab coming in.
There's not one form, there's multiple.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got a human form, an elven form, an orcish form, and a dwarven form.
You get different stats?
No, keep all the same stats. I look like them, and I can speak Elvish, Orc, and Undercommon.
Nice. And you can hold this form as long as you want? Or
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Okay.
Interesting.
All right. You continue to the west, attempting to follow the tracks. Who would like to take the lead, and what is your marching order? Eustace and Otis, I know you'll go together, but who's leading?
We're a package deal.
I
Maybe
got
I'll like scout out in front and see if I can like keep the trail.
Sure.
Be all stealthy and sneaky.
Yeah, let's see it.
Should I roll survival for tracking or stealth for being like a quiet leader?
What I would say is
you.
if you're going to do, you can roll both. Otis and Eustace, if you are also going to stealth, you should roll that too. Survival for tracking, though.
Nat 1 for tracking.
Okay.
Ugh, and I rolled a 4 for stealth.
stealth.
Oh, I like this.
I mean, Eustace's voice carries quite a bit. And Maroki, it is distracting. It's hard to follow the trail as you hear him prattling on. Otis is doing a better job of trying to keep quiet for the two of them, but I mean, on some level, it just doesn't matter at some point.
Eustace just like forgets he's supposed to be stealthing and is just like tapping Otis in the head and like pointing down the trail like he normally would, like when they're walking down the trail.
Maroki,
Like, no, this you should be going this way.
it is. What would you prefer? Do you want to lose the trail, or do you want it to take a very long time?
Oh, maybe we lose the trail and we end up somewhere that we weren't expecting to end up. Like maybe we find an abandoned underground temple full of riches and magical items. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. You lose. You think you are following the trail, and you eventually you lose it nearly completely, and you begin sort of bumbling your way around. As you do so, you do come to a clearing with a sword. Let me just see if I have. I might have to rummage something up. You do see a sword in a stone in clearing.
Arthur scenario.
Ooh. All right. I guess I'd scout around the area, see if there's like if there's any, I don't know, creatures or people or anything in the clearing, or if it's just a sword just hanging out in a stone in the middle of the place.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
An 8.
Eustace immediately is like, my day of wielding that thing is way past.
Okay. You see several things all at the same time. The sword in the stone, and it's a large stone, so it's like a 12-foot wide, 8-foot high, large erratic, effectively not a stone, but like a not a boulder, but somewhere between a boulder and a rock. The sword is on top of it, and the clearing you notice is almost perfectly circular in terms of the way that the plant life has grown up around it. It is an odd clearing, and as you look about, you notice that there are not a lot of bird sounds. You hear what you believe to be the typical like chickadee sort of noise, but it's pretty faint and it's pretty far off. And the one thing that does catch your eye is another rumble of thunder significantly closer. It took you about an hour to reach this point.
So I guess I'm going to see if I can stealthily make my way up to the sword.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth check.
19.
Yeah. There's no issue. You do have to climb up the rock. That it will require another check to do that.
Acrobatics? Athletics?
Either one, whichever you believe to be more appropriate.
A 10.
A 10. Yeah, you're able to get to the top, and as you do so, you will have to grab onto the sword to like reach up and pull yourself up if you would like to get up there.
Sure. Let's see if like lightning strikes me when I touch the sword or something. So I reach
Light-
out and I grab onto the sword to pull myself up.
Yeah, so you're lucky in that lightning does not strike, but you do reach up and you pull yourself up with the sword, and you immediately hear a voice calling out to you.
Okay. I cock my head and with my hand still on the sword, I listen to what the voice is saying.
Yeah. You immediately hear a voice. Toomey? Is that you?
What language are they speaking? Just common?
Make an Arcana check or an Intelligence check. It's up to you, whichever one.
Same bonus. So it's 21.
Okay. You know that it's actually not in a language. It is like a telepathic, telekinetic sort of connection from the sword to your mind. And so it doesn't matter if you don't speak any of the languages that whatever voice is knows, because it will be able to communicate with you regardless.
Okay. So I guess I respond in my head. I'm like, no, this isn't Toomey. My name is Maroki. Is this the sword speaking to me?
Yes, you're not Toomey. Okay. You don't happen to know where Toomey is?
I've not come across a Toomey. Who or what is Toomey?
Oh, I don't even know where to start. Toomey was a friend. Um, she was a wonderful paladin, and she stuck me in here before she went below.
Oh, do you need help finding Toomey? Like I'm an adventurer. I get around quite all over the place.
I mean, I would love if you would help me find Toomey, to be honest. And those of you, are you saying this out loud, Marlek, or are you saying this in your mind?
Just in my head.
Okay. You're all just watching Marlek like sort of stand on the side of this stone, holding on to this sword that's stuck into the stone as this is occurring. And
Is he okay?
I look back at him and I'm like, yeah, the sword's talking. We're just having a quick conversation. It's like, just like, yeah, talking sword, no big deal. Happens all the time.
No, it doesn't.
Then then I guess I'd ask the sword, like do you have a name? What did Toomey call you?
um my name was Jesbian.
A Jesbian, great name, great name.
My favorite name.
Well, then I guess I'd
My
say
favorite name.
say to Jesbian, be like, we're looking for an orc camp. They're threatening a nearby town. If you want to help us out, come with me and help us out with that, we can go to this underground place, after the town's safe, and see if we can find this Toomey paladin.
Um, I mean, Toomey went below. My understanding is that there's a crypt beneath the rock.
Oh, like right where we are right now.
Indeed.
Oh, maybe we'll just do that first since we're right here.
I mean, I would greatly appreciate it.
And I turn back to Eustace and Otis and be like, "Hey, you guys, the sword's saying there's a crypt underneath this rock. You guys want to check it out?"
Yes and no. I only say no because the way this campaign goes is stuff happens in real time, right?
Yeah, roughly speaking.
So if we go do this crypt and then we do that today and then we don't come back to these characters for like a while, we could come back and the town could just be like destroyed.
Oh yeah, I guess that is true.
So I think the orc camp is like a time crunch situation, and the crypt probably isn't going anywhere. But yeah, I do want to do it, but it's just it depends on how time works in this realm.
So with that time thing, would we be able to say like at the end of the session, like after the crypt, our characters like their plans are to like check the crypt out and then make their way back to town to protect it in case of an orc invasion?
I'm gonna say that it's gonna be a one or the other sort of situation.
Okay.
Or rather, your characters don't know and they assume it's a one or the other sort of situation. You do feel the pressure of protecting the town, as as Otis was sort of just saying.
Eustace is gonna be like, "It's our time to shine. The town's gonna love us when we come back heroes." Eustace holds up his arm and like flexes the muscle that's not there. He's like, "We were born for this."
All right, I think I thought say back to Jesby and be like like we'd love to check the crypt out now, but it's time sensitive. The orcs like moving on this town. If we don't act quickly enough, a lot of innocent people could be hurt.
Oh my God! Look, I can sit here in the stone. That is not a problem. I had no idea that you were under such a perilous set of circumstances. Toomey would want you to take care of the immediate crisis in the first place, anyways.
Well, would you
Right.
want to come with us and help protect the town? It sounds like Toomey might want to protect the town too.
I mean, if you truly are going to and make, are are you serious about coming back to this, Marlik?
Yes.
Okay, roll a persuasion check, and I'm going to roll as well.
Yeah, if we have to, we can just like cover it up in like sticks and leaves and stuff, so anybody else comes by here doesn't find it and steal our dungeon.
Oof, only a 9.
Okay, let me see.
Uh,
I roll. I end up rolling a. I mean, it believes you. The sword goes, I mean, I will come with you if you truly are going to come right back. Yes, I believe I shall release myself from the stone. Your heart feels pure in a way that I have not felt in a very long time. Please, I need your help saving Toomey.
Of course, you seem like a swell sword. I'd you'll help us. We'll protect the town, and then we'll come back and we'll see if we can find Toomey.
And you can feel the sword actually beginning to slide up and out. Make a dexterity saving throw. Because you're in a slightly perilous position on top of this erratic.
Dexterity saves 19.
Okay. You sort of almost do like a backflip fall off of the rock and land on your feet without issue. Jesbian is in your hand.
All right, I hold it up in a hero pose, the light glinting off of it.
It is
looking all sorts of heroic.
At this point, it's a +1 longsword.
Ooh, at this point. I think I'm proficient in longswords.
That's good because it's not going to change. Features and traits. Okay. So, is there anything else that you guys would like to do here in this clearing?
I'd grab a like a sheet of parchment, spare parchment or something out of my bag, and then write like a note to Toomey. Or do I see like an entrance to a crypt or something like that?
Make an investigation check.
20.
Yeah, it takes you a minute, but you actually use Jesbian to cut back some of the tall grass around this rock. And there is a spot that is a hollow that is roughly the size of, it's like barrel diameter. And so you could fit through this hollow into a small crawl space under the rock. And then you think you can see 5 to 10 feet down in, and it looks like it goes down in under the rock and opens up a bit.
Okay. So I'd noticing all like the overgrowth, I'd ask Jesby, like, how long have you been waiting? Like, when did Toomey first go down there?
Well, when we reached this place, my understanding that it was 727 years after the fall of the Gorton Commons, which for you lot, I believe means like several hundred years ago.
Okay. Well, either way, I in my head, or not in my head, because Jesby would be able to hear me. I'd be like, oh, okay. Well, we'll leave a note for Toomey just in case she comes back up while we're gone. Let her know where to find us. Leave a note saying that this is group of adventurers who we haven't come up with a name yet. We found Jesbian. Jesbian's gonna help us protect a nearby village of innocents from an orc attack. You can find us there to the east if you leave the crypt.
Okay. And you write out this note and you sort of place it next to the hole, or like in like a area where it's like not going to be rained on, basically.
Yeah, like inside, put or I use a dagger to try to stick it to the wall.
Yeah. No issues with any of that.
Okay.
Can we be the tunnel snakes?
The tunnel snakes.
Tunnel snakes rule.
I'm okay with that.
Temporary.
What now?
For an adventuring group name,
Yeah.
Tunnel Snakes. That's pretty good.
Love leather
Okay.
jackets and everything. All right, yeah. Let's find this camp.
How would you like to do that?
Are we already lost? Or do we even know
Yep.
if we're lost? Okay.
But I'd pull the map out and put it down on a rock near us, and we can all gather around it and see if together we can find
Yeah.
where we are and how to
Everyone
get back.
starts
on
scratching their
track.
chins in their heads.
What would Bodhi do? He knows these woods well.
Bodhi would.
Channel our Bodhi energy. Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know. It's our druid is
let-
not here, so
Give me a survival check, Otis.
yeah. Ooh, nice. Okay. Oh, that's stealth, but it's the same roll. It's the same
Okay.
Modifier.
same thing. Yeah.
+3. That's fine. I'm going to say that it now strikes you that you probably headed too far to the north, and that you went to the northern side of the stream that feeds the bathing pools, and you probably should head back to the south side of that stream and continue to the west along that. Now, it's a little difficult to do just because the sky is darkening because of the incoming thunderclouds, but if you would like to help Marlek, you may do so to give him advantage on the survival
Oh
check.
yeah, I'll help him.
Can we say that like Bodhi stumbles across some like animal piss or like poop and then like, you know, looks at it and then like takes a little sample and like tastes it and then it's like, and then tells us this information?
Well, Bodhi's not here.
No, I'm saying you. Sorry, that's what I
Oh,
meant. My
Okay,
bad.
I would. Yeah, I mean, I would do something cool, like just lick my finger and tell which way the wind's going, and
Oh,
then
just from the wind. Okay, you get
yeah.
that's where you get this information.
yeah. I was taking a dump, and it just came to me. I was like, oh, if I lick my finger and just feel for which way the wind's going, and
Oh, after a dump. Oh no, bad
Yeah.
timing.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Well, anyway,
That's how Otis rolls.
yeah, I'll help you. I'm helping Marlek.
All right. So survival at advantage.
That's what it sounds like. Huh.
Big 11.
Huh.
It's pretty good, above average.
Yeah, so you get to the south of the stream, sort of backtracking, and with Otis's help, and it takes quite a bit of discussion, and you're going to come across the camp as it begins to rain and thunder rumbles off in the distance much closer than before. And by rain I mean it's like drizzling ever so slightly, and the thunder is in the distance. You come across an orc camp and you begin to see telltale signs of it. How would you like to approach? You think you're maybe 2 or 3 minutes away from it. You can hear some noise, probably about 200, 300 yards off to the west.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say 200, 300 orcs. Can we see this? We don't have a visual on the actual camp. We just can like.
You can't see it through the forest at this point in time. You do see smoke, and you do see a small game trail that it appears that they've been using to re-enter the camp.
All right.
Eustace casts false life on himself.
How long does that last?
An hour.
Nice. Yeah, you're plenty close for that to make sense at this point.
Okay.
Otis, Marlek,
Oh.
or Otis and Ragnar.
Just
Um,
yeah. Let's see.
You
Just
can reroll
also-
that one, by the way, Eustace.
Will.
I'd talk to
Yes.
Jesvian, and I'd be like, you're a wonderful sword, but I'm more proficient with the the smaller stabby boys. You think you'd be
Oh.
able to help my boy Otis if we get into a fight? If I give you to him?
And you can notice that the voice seems slightly more hesitant at this. I mean, I would prefer to be close to those of pure at heart, and you don't have to use me in a fight. I will just administer advice as needed, but I would prefer to stay on your person if that's acceptable.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I keep Jesvian like strapped across my back, so it just like looks super badass with the hilt sticking out above my shoulder.
Looking about, there is the game trail to the west. You do see, I think you go see, make a perception check. Let's see how many campfires you can make out. There's at least one. You can't tell if there's more than that just based on the way the wind is moving and everything. It is coming towards you.
At least
So
one.
the good news is that you are downwind.
Word. If EGK says what's up,
Oh, nice. What's up, dude?
Volknar says what's up.
What up, bro?
All right, so should we? I don't have anything to like prep.
Yeah,
ahead of
I
time.
I think we're just winging it. Like, is there a camp? Are they in? Is it a wooded camp or is it in like out in like a field, like an open field? At least we know that.
Well, let's make stealth rolls, and I will move us over
Okay.
to this camp. And then we will begin to see what happens. It's a wooded camp, is what I will say.
Okay, so let's make okay. Oh, this is like a little city in the woods.
And I'm going to put you guys, where would you like to be? Somewhere on the bottom half of this map. I'll draw like a line here. So like somewhere under the blue line, where would you like to be?
Probably just like right where we are,
Yeah.
going across this bridge.
Okay.
Like approaching, or at least approaching the bridge, you know.
Gotcha. I would say those stealth checks are pretty good. I need to check something.
So these are just the orcs that we can see. Because I just counted 20.
There is an orc here that is leaning up against a tree, sitting with their back to the tree, legs out, stretched out, and they appear to have their eyes closed. And so you are currently where you are, sort of in some bushes over here. You have successfully snuck to this point. And if you would like us to start from there, I think it probably makes sense to take like a small break here because the rest of the adventure or rest of the session will probably be this tonight.
Oh yeah, big fight.
Sure.
Big fight. So one option is sort of we literally just put we get Otis in the middle of their camp and he just starts causing chaos and you guys kind of do stuff from the outside. Because if you guys get swarmed, you're gonna go down.
Doesn't Eustace have some like crazy spells in that staff?
Yes.
He does, but yeah, that's why he can't go down though. He has to like be up. That's why.
Staff is nice.
Yeah. Cause then, yeah, we could go back to town and get back up, but I feel like we're already here.
It is, I want to say, towards the late afternoon as well at this point.
If you're curious, I have these spells. Plus a built-in ability.
Oh, right. You got that. I remember that spider thing. Okay.
This is a built-in ability underneath.
So yeah. So options. We do it regular style where we just kind of walk up and just start fighting. Or we do like we try to do like some kind of like stealth thing because it sounds like this one guy is just kind of like sleeping, right? So
yeah, they at least have their eyes closed.
But eventually we're gonna aggro like all these guys. So that's why I'm thinking Maroki, it would be a gamble, like a huge gamble if you did the orc thing where you just kind of like tied Otis up like loosely so I can still like escape, and then kind of like walked me into like the middle of their shit, and then when I feel like the time is right, I just break out and just start fighting.
Start raging. And in the confusion, I'm like, "Oh no, I'm gonna go get help," and I run back to like midnight from a distance.
The other thing is, if you're trying to cause chaos like that, I can literally transform normal sized bugs into giant insects, like certain kinds, and I have like vials of them ready to go. So I could potentially do something with that.
Ooh, I like this spot like up here. Like if you guys could sneak.
Like
get up here.
Imagine if I just unleashed 10 centipedes in like a crowd of orcs or something like that.
One thing I want to clarify really quickly. Any of the ledges that are brown like this are roughly a 5-foot drop. So it's 5 feet from the river up to where this orc is here. It's another 5 feet up to this little plateau here. The gray is 10 feet from the river to here, and therefore 5 feet from here, from this portion to here. But it's actually 10 feet up to here. So getting up to some of these spots might be a little more difficult or a little less difficult just based on the distance that you would have to climb by the looks of it. So any of the gray stuff is a little harder to climb. The brown rocks are a little easier to climb just for your decision-making purposes.
Okay.
Okay.
And like also I could only if I do enlarge insects, I could basically only do this once. So we'd have to pick one of these.
Well, I'll leave it up to you to figure out what you think is best for this scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever's more disruptive.
Well, what Nick is also saying is that like maybe having something that could fly, because like one of the options here says 5 wasps, but also spiders, they can just climb up walls.
True.
So,
I think last time you had giant spiders or something, and you were just
well, I only did one
That was like-
because I did lesser. I didn't want to do like the full power of the
yeah,
spell.
you were like
know.
cheesing it.
Well, it's a strong thing, so I didn't.
Okay.
And also, I didn't realize I could cast multiple things at once. I also didn't know that.
So what do you guys think?
So what is your plan again? You just want to go in there and
Chaos.
cause
Plan
some chaos?
is chaos. Like even if we did the prisoner thing, like Moroki could just go and drop me off and then just walk away and be like, okay, I'm gonna go back, out into the woods, look at, scouting more out in the woods. Like it doesn't even, just so he's not standing there when it all starts to look, I don't know,
Yeah.
something.
I could tell him like I was
Sorry,
No,
guys. I gotta step away for a minute. Cat's got a mouse.
Okay. Oh,
Alright.
jeez.
we'll plan in the meantime.
Yeah, because Otis, I feel like Otis is built for just not 1v20ing these guys, but just like taking the damage at least.
Yeah, and I'm very squishy, but I built this
These-
guy for like just this exact situation, like deception and infiltration.
Yeah.
These insects I'm about to summon are tanky. If it's let's see.
But do you think Eustace could Eustace get up to any of these high places, like as like take the high ground? So you could-
I have Misty Step.
Ooh, yeah. I guess what I'm saying. Do you see that spot I was marking, like right here?
Let's see, hold
To
on.
the west side where these rocks are.
Hmm.
I mean,
I have to
you
get,
could
like-
you could get a little closer. I mean, you don't have to like.
I'd have to climb up to like this wall to get up there, basically.
I could probably maybe give you a boost.
Well, I mean, if you're getting us up here, then we might as well all get up here, right? But then, like, that puts us in sight of this person. So here's the other thing. Like, if you look at what I put in the chat, the one thing I can do is an insect cloud, but I don't know if that really helps you guys.
All right.
And that would kind of like, alert them to where we are. If they see just a giant cloud of insects.
I mean, just do a spider one, right? You can just put spiders in.
Yeah. But I was saying you were trying to get by them though. Is that what you
Me?
want me to get closer?
I don't think there's much getting by people if you get up to that spot. You just got to get by this guy who's got his eyes closed. And get on these rocks, and
You
then
could always try to like sneak up to this guy and try to take him out all stealthy. Assassin's Creed style. Sneak up behind him and do the insta kill.
ooh, I don't know if we're
More like-
leveled up yet to have the hidden blades.
It'd be more like Three Stooges assassins.
Kind of Assassin's Creed parody.
We need to be ready to cheese it and run away too if it turns out these guys are like way beefier than we anticipate.
All good.
I wonder which one's
Um,
the main. Oh, they got a. Oh wow, they got a friggin' like scorpion. They got 2 of them. The things that look like giant crossbows. So like ballista kind of a thing
Oh yeah, we don't want to get hit by those.
for taking out dragons.
I would also say it probably makes sense. And right now you're whispering in the bushes to each other.
Mhm.
You are currently hidden. I think it does make sense to roll initiative, and we'll just work in initiative order, but not necessarily yet in combat. But when we jump to combat, you'll already have initiative running.
Come on, big numbers. Shit.
Moroki's is pretty good. I will say it's Otis, you are going to go last, so that's a little rough. Moroki, you're going to go second out of the entire order by the looks of it. Eustace, you're somewhere in the middle.
Hey.
And there might be an opportunity to re-roll that, all things depending. But okay, what do you guys want to do?
I'm worried about those ballista things now that Otis pointed them out. I'm starting to think it might not be a terrible idea to go back to town and get backup. I don't know if the three of us can take out this whole camp on our own.
What's the travel time from here to town? We think.
I want to say it's going to roughly be 3 hours back to town, at which point it will be dusk.
So 3 hours back, and then 3 hours there, and then 3 hours back here, and we could attack them in the middle of the night.
Hold on, boys.
Oh,
Dude,
At the very
nighttime raid?
least, we should do as my friend here said and cause some chaos, or like light their fucking transportation or their food on fire or something before we leave.
okay.
You gotta wait to light shit on fire.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I do. Eustace like holds up his hand and like you see the very smallest bit of a flame.
Okay. Because we'd have to sneak Eustace close enough to something that he can light on fire, and then be ready to cheese it and run away.
Eustace like looks up at the he's like, what about those big what are they called? He's like the bow and arrow thing. We'll
Yeah.
light that on fire.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
That's the only thing holding me back from just walking in that camp right now. and
Yeah, those
just
things are
fighting 'em.
scary.
Because I have
So maybe
120-foot range on firebolt.
So maybe we try to sneak up this way, see if we can get like under this tree, snipe this thing down with firebolt,
Oh, hold on.
and then cheese it.
I have chaos bolt. I don't know if that'll.
Ooh, and then it's important. Can these things rotate, or are they fixed on one position?
Make a
Okay.
perception check, Otis.
Yeah.
So I don't know if chaos bolts would actually work.
Can they
Otis, you can see that they are fixed in this direction, but they are not. They're like leaning on a railing, and that is like they're fixed. They don't like rotate on something. They can be moved, and they can be set on a different railing.
Okay.
From what you
but
can perceive.
that's probably a process. So yeah.
Yeah, you think it would probably take an action. To
So
do,
yeah, if we
roughly.
could get to this spot, and then they're not pointing at us, and then we just drop down and fucking cue the music, you know?
I could shoot this thing from here.
Okay. Okay. That will set off some alarms. If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna go to that spot. I'll try to get to that spot.
What spot?
The one where once they start getting angry, they won't be able to shoot me because they won't be pointed in my direction. It's like, yeah.
Are you first to go?
No, I am last. But I mean,
Alright,
we're not actually like.
Yeah, I mean,
initiative.
Initiative might be helpful at certain points in time. What I would say is, if you're gonna, so what do you guys want to happen, and who wants to do what?
I guess we're trying to sneak up to here.
Yeah.
Okay, I would ask for stealth checks then, and
Ooh,
Uh,
okay.
this guy
Oh, not one.
up
That's your
here is going to
version.
be watching.
Come on, stealth.
Woo!
Shit.
And you can see that the guy who is up, or the orc who has a spear in his hand and he's up by that ballista scorpion, he actually turns away in the other direction and sort of like leans out on the railing looking to the east, longingly at where you can see there's probably a campfire because there's smoke coming up. Yeah, you are able to all make it to your current position without issue.
Okay.
He's just trying to catch up to the lads.
Does anybody need a boost up?
This
Yeah,
other one
shut
does
me up.
appear to be sleeping, by the way.
Nice. Eustace does like the finger to his lips to the boys as he points up, like
Yeah.
to try to go up.
So is this 10 feet, or is this 5 feet and this is 10 feet?
Yeah, this one is 5 feet. Go ahead and make an athletics check. This will be a lesser athletics check to climb up to here. And you have some level of cover.
If Otis gives me a boost, can I do athletics with advantage?
Yes, I think that's fair. Same goes to Eustace if he so wants to.
Because my athletics is not very great.
Oh,
Nice, Eustace. Yeah, you pop right up, both of you.
Eustace
Otis,
like pops up and does like a spin move when he lands on his feet.
it's one of the most graceful things you've done in 20 years. Boop. Otis, if you would like to climb up, you can do the same, just without without advantage.
Not gracefully. I mean, I'm taller than the cliff, right? So.
Yeah, it might not. It's probably not that hard for you, to be honest.
It's just like a step, like for like stairs.
The DC
Alright.
was less for Otis for sure. And as you skirt through these bushes, you can come to a spot here where you're still not within range of, or where you're still not being seen, I would say. You do notice that this guy is sort of like here, looking out in a different direction. He's sort of like looking out this way currently. This one is looking this way. This one is looking back this way.
If we're this close, Eustace is gonna Misty Step to here. Like try to get like if he can get in like the shadows right here. He's gonna try Misty Step right there.
Okay.
Is that good?
I would say you can definitely do that. You should
Okay.
roll another stealth check for that. Because does it
Okay.
require a verbal component?
I believe so.
Yeah, so
see.
just to do it like quietly enough, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only a verbal component actually by the looks of it.
Yeah.
And so you say Misty Step.
Okay.
Let's see.
The stealth. That's an 8.
All right. And you've got two individuals who are rolling to see if they hear this.
Could have just climbed up, Eustace.
One of them does begin to turn, and I will. Boop. Is there anything you can do, Eustace, as you see him begin to turn around towards you?
Eustace disappears in the shadows and is behind the tree.
Yeah, minor illusion of bush around you. Or a bush in front of you.
I'm just trying to get cover behind this tree.
As you get cover behind the tree, you hear the orc yell, "Hey, what are you doing over there?" In orc, and he begins to like say,
And then I say back in orc, it's just me taking a piss, like in a different voice.
"Make a deception check, please."
Why'd you climb up a mountain to take a piss?
Oh, what?
I had to go really
Oh.
bad. I got stuck up here. He says back in orcish again.
And he goes, "What the? Why would you go up there?"
Long story.
Make another
keeps-
persuasion check for this. You succeeded on the
Persuasion.
first, but you're still not out of the danger
Oh,
effectively.
come on, man.
This is like a skill challenge, basically. And he's going to roll on disadvantage because you succeeded on the first one. So make another persuasion check on this. And it was another 14. Okay. And he goes, I
Yeah.
mean, do you have too much to drink?
Yeah. Starts laughing.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, and he will go disadvantage on this one. And he goes, by Grimsh, I thought you were somebody creeping up on it. Never mind. Don't worry about it. I won't look. And he
Very well, thank you.
kind of begins to go back this way.
And then once they start looking away,
Yep.
Eustace
will cast Firebolt.
Should we get Maroki up there? Does Maroki want to get up there before you start kicking things off?
Yeah, Eustace will like give you the signal to start coming up here.
And
what
I'll,
is-
I want to cast fire. I want to
What is the
cast fire.
signal?
He's gonna like throw a rock, like a small rock, like over here.
Roll a d20 plus your strength modifier for that.
20. Let's see.
I basically just want to make sure you get a 5 or above, but
So
I
want me
don't.
to roll strength?
Yep. Oh, you're a little stronger than. Okay. Yeah, no issues. You sort of lob a rock over. Maroki, it doesn't hit you. It falls beside you. That is the signal. You're able to make an athletics check to climb up if you so like.
I'll give you a
And like
Okay.
as they're climbing up,
get upseas
I
from
wanna-
Modus.
just
No
wanna
issue.
Make sure. Should
And
have,
make a stealth check as well, Maroki, as this is occurring.
I'll just take like a step forward, basically.
Okay.
And as they're climbing up, now I should have. I'm gonna cast a firebolt on this ballista.
Can I
Okay.
rage? Can I rage when I see him like do that? Because
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's 125 feet. Do you have how much range do you have with a firebolt?
I can get closer. I'll just get another 5 feet closer.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. I get within distance, basically. I sense my
Your
my
range.
range.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So should I roll that?
Yes. Go ahead and roll an attack roll, and you are attacking the ballista.
That's right.
And does firebolt light objects on fire?
It does. Flammable object hit by this spell ignites it.
All right.
Perfect. And I do that, and then at the same time, I take my my jar. Let's see. What is it gonna be a jar of? So I'll just
What
stick
is
with
it?
it. Three spiders. Take a vial of 3 spiders.
I would
I'm
say
gonna
that the firebolt was an action, so you have your bonus action,
Okay.
and you can
Okay,
get the jar in your hand.
Yeah, I'll prepare it for the beginning of our first round of actions, basically.
Okay. Ragnar / Maroki / Marlek. Is there something that you're doing when you see the firebolt get shot off? Because this is effectively acting as like a surprise round at this point.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
How close is this guy to the railing? Would I be able to like?
Oh, he's leaning on the railing. He's like leaning on the railing, like looking out.
Okay. Would I be able to like try to shoot him in a way that would knock him off?
You can attempt to do so, but you suspect it will be exceedingly difficult.
Okay.
Just like his positioning and everything, you think it's going to be hard to do.
Okay. Oh, you since already gave away our positions. I guess might as well. I guess I'm just I'm gonna try to shoot him. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try to do it. Aim for like a headshot to try and knock him off.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see. 23.
Yeah, that is a hit.
7 damage.
Um, you hear the Wilhelm scream, and he goes and flies off because there's actually something special about all of the individuals with the spears in particular. They are under minion rules.
Ah, okay, okay.
So all these guys with spears, the men and the women with spears, are all minions technically.
Okay, I feel better about fighting all these guys now.
Yeah. Would have felt stupid if we
Uh,
brought like half the town.
That being said, that is your action. Is there any sort of movement and bonus action you would like to use?
Let's see. Bonus action. I'll throw a throwing dagger at this one.
Okay. And you just can't apply your strength modifier to damage, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
24 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. And how much damage?
Ooh, max damage 4.
Okay. And this one also drops. And you basically cause one to give a Wilhelm scream, go toppling over. You cause another to look over and basically take a dagger right to the eye.
I am feeling extra badass. I like flex a little bit with my new orc muscles. That's why they call me Far Stab. So I can stab from really far away.
It makes sense
Any
now.
movement?
Um. No, I'm just gonna I guess back behind this and see if I can get some cover and hide. Or not hide because I don't have any bonus actions left, but see if I can get cover from everyone.
Okay. Otis, what would you like to do? I
Well,
believe you raged to begin with
yeah.
beforehand.
Now the two closest guys are dead. I'm not in. Can't actually attack anybody. So
Don't you have javelins?
I'm rage. I think raging. I think I have to like melee attack people.
They also do have javelins dead. The two dead individuals have javelins next to their dead bodies, if that matters to you at all.
I'm just going to. So if I use
You
my
can-
action to dash and then use my movement
you'll keep
speed.
your rage as long as you do damage. It looks like, or as long as you do. It says if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature. So I feel like throwing a javelin
So that's
at
melee.
someone counts as an attack.
All
When
right.
you make a melee weapon attack, knocked out early. You haven't attacked a hostile creature. I think you're fine.
So I can javelin. Okay.
It's a nice little cheat code there.
So I'll stand here and javelin this guy.
Okay. You use one of your javelins for that, is that right?
Yes, I have some javelins.
Okay.
Javelin.
I give him a little poke
Oh.
ski.
Yeah, that's it. That's a hit.
4.
Go ahead and roll damage for that.
For 10 plus 2 for the 2 for the rage, so 12. Yeah, he's done.
And I think so.
Oh,
I'm
he's
just
got him
gonna
lined
look.
up. I see where you're
Yeah,
going.
that's exactly what's going on there. Which means that so that was 12 damage, you said?
12. Yep.
It goes through this guy, and the javelin flies through the shoulder of the first one and ends up going and hitting the second one and like sticks into his chest, and he sort of like falls backwards over the bench that he's sitting on. That being said,
Wow.
your surprise round is used up, and you have begun to alert at the very least some of the camp, which means that we will begin in initiative order with somebody making a perception check to see if they know what's happening. Let's see. And he does not. So we will skip his turn. Moroki, what would you like to do?
Let's see. So I guess I'll move like over here. Get a better line of sight. Let's see. So when it says the range is 20-60, does that mean if this person is 25 feet away, is that within range of a throwing dagger?
It is. It just means it's at disadvantage to your
Okay.
attack roll. One thing, let me just double check something. I think you might actually get advantage because you have a height differential. So I'm just checking the attack action. Making an attack. Ranged attacks. Advantage. Disadvantage, disadvantage. I want to say that you have such a height differential that you have advantage, so therefore your distance would be nullified, and you would just have like a normal attack roll.
Nice. In that case, bonus action throwing dagger to her face. Ooh, with a 9 to hit.
That is a miss,
Okay.
and it lands into the like wooden work table in front of her.
Okay. So that was actually, I threw that as a distraction. It hit exactly where I wanted to. So as she's turning to take a look at that dagger that's suddenly in that table, I'll fire off a shot with my short bow with an 18.
That is a hit.
Oh, but I got advantage on it, but that doesn't matter. All right, so 10 plus sneak attack, 14 damage.
Yeah, and she's also going to drop dead. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Just hide behind this tree.
And is that a bonus action to do that?
Well, hide like,
Take cover?
yeah, not like
Okay.
mechanically hide.
Okay, so you will gain a +2 to your AC.
Nice.
Let's see. That is going to bring us around to the Fury. I think the nearest Fury is actually going to be up here. It's this guy, and he runs. He actually pulls out a horn and he blares the horn.
What a
So
dick.
this guy begins to run down. Let me just do the distance on this. So for his bonus action, he will sound the alarm. And he'll begin to run to here. And I think that's going to be his full turn, actually, is to move to there. The other Fury is over in the camp here and will begin to run to here to begin to climb up to come engage in battle with you. But he's not going to get any further than that because the stream was a little bit of difficult terrain for him. The Blitzers. This is where you will begin to find yourself in full combat. This one will move here and they will attack you.
Full combat.
There's actually several more here that are going to pop out of the tent. And they'll move to here, and then there's another one popping out of this tent
Sleeping?
here. They were just in the tent, so far as you know, and they heard the alarm, and they burst out through the flap. they're going to start tossing their spears as well. Otis is going to be the most immediate, so I think 3 are going to go towards Otis and 1 is going to go towards Maroki. So Otis, they are at what's the blitzer here? They are at normal, I would say. So the first one is going to be a 10. I assume that's a miss. How about a 23? That
23
one's a hit.
hits. Yep.
The next one is at disadvantage. It's a 5. And then this last one is at Maroki, and this is at disadvantage as well because of distance. So a 14?
That's a miss.
Okay. The one that hits is going to do 1 piercing damage to you, Otis.
Okay,
Wow.
so half, that's just still 1. So,
Yeah.
okay. I can't do 0.5.
Actually, that being said, if the enemy blitzer can start their turn within 5 feet of 3 or more blitzers, so you're going to take another 1 point of piercing damage for each of the blitzers. So you'll end up
Ooh.
taking another 3 piercing damage from that one attack, by the looks of it.
3. So, okay, so 2.
The others, in other spots, I mean, this one over here is like trying to put out the sudden fire on his scorpion. He doesn't actually understand what happened. This one is going to begin to run. Let's see. Uh, 35, 50. So he'll get to there. 35, 50, 20. And this one will run 30, 45, 70. Cool. Okay, they'll run to there. And then, let's see.
I like the way this is set up. We're just
The
gonna-
others are also going to go across to climb up. He will jump down and join these guys. Okay. I think. Oh, sorry. There's a few more guys. I got to burst out of tents.
What?
These guys were hidden in tents up here, and they will burst out. These ones look sleepy, so they're like slow and sluggish. And this one up here will move down to here, and that will be her turn. Actually, she might have enough distance there. 5, 30. Yeah, she can throw a shot, I think, with a spear. It's going to be at disadvantage. Nope, she can't. So she will use up her entire action to get to the edge within range. Eustace, what would you like to do?
Eustace is going to throw his jar containing 3 spiders in it out in front of him
Oh, God.
and use his staff. And he's going to cast, it takes, let's see, 4 charges. He's going to cast Giant Insect. And now he's got 3 giant spiders at his disposal.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast them, and I'm going to try to put them. I can put them within 30 feet, so.
I
But also,
have to add.
I'm keeping in mind, like, this is like Eustace throwing them, so.
And how many are there?
3. So I'm gonna say it can only throw them like this far, like 20 feet.
Okay. And
So
are
I'll put,
they?
can I
Are
put
they?
like can I put like 2 here and then like 1 here, just kind of like spread them out like 1, 2, 3.
Are they allies or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they're my friends.
Where did you want the other ones? Here and here? You can move them wherever you need.
Yeah, just like that, basically.
And what staff is that again?
This is the staff of swarming insects,
Gotcha.
and it's a looks like it's a 4th level spell. Each creature obeys your verbal commands, and in combat, they action your turn each round. GM has the stats for these creatures and resolves their actions. Each
Yeah.
creature remains in its giant size for the duration. What's the
Okay.
duration?
Cool. And
Like
so you suddenly
concentration
have
up to 10
these.
minutes.
Yeah, you suddenly have these massive spiders in play. Is that your full action technically?
Yeah, that's my spell, and then I'd have a bonus action, but I don't think I can really do anything with that. Oh, I should probably maybe do something for my wild magic, right?
Yes. Please roll a d6 for that. If you get a 5 or a 6, 4.
Four.
Very close. You actually see Eustace like ever so slightly sparkle and then spark, but he does not erupt in wild magic.
Cool.
Full turn?
I don't think I'm moving. I'll stay. If I can, I'll try to stay low on this like over, position here.
Gotcha. You see an orc. Oops. You see. Oh wow, how many did I create? You see another orc with a shield burst out of the tent and move to this point behind one of his comrades, and he will throw a javelin up at one of the spiders.
Yeah, I guess I gotta keep track of their HP. How much HP should I give these suckers?
They have. I actually have their HP. They've got 26 apiece.
Damn.
Yeah, they're quite strong. So he will make a javelin attack at the middle one. That's going to be a hit by the looks of it, and that is going to do 8 points of damage. And you said that they go on your turn.
Yes. So I was just thinking that, like, could I have done something with them before
I
I
don't
did
think
my
on
turn?
the first turn.
Okay.
Is what I would
Oh,
say.
whoops.
So that one is going to take a javelin to the face. This other blood runner, orc blood runner, is going to move to this position and simultaneously do the exact same thing. It will also take a javelin throw at that middle one. And you can see that they're targeting it because they are terrified that they have suddenly so many enemies in front of them. And they will hit that. Your giant spider is nearly bloodied. It's taken
How much did it take?
4 points of damage. So it's taken 12 points total out of 26. That said, we are going to come around in the turn order to Otis. As these large spiders erupt beside you, what would you like to do?
I'm going to whatchamacallit. What weapon do I use with this character? I think I use a warhammer. Yeah, I'm gonna warhammer the guy or the lady right in front of me.
Nice.
Do I have reckless attack with this?
I don't know. Do you? I have no idea.
I'm level 4. I think that's
It looks like you do. It's on your sheet at least.
yeah, reckless attack. Okay. So I know these are like
Yeah.
these are meat sims, but I'm just gonna reckless attack them anyway, just to make sure we,
Okay.
we land the attack.
Gotcha. Meat sims.
25.
And in typical Doom fashion, they explode.
Yeah. So yeah, just 12 damage.
Your damage actually goes through. What is the reach on this? Oh, you've only got 5 feet of reach on this. Is that right?
Yep.
with the
5 feet.
warhammer.
Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't extend to the next one. You do drop this one as they're about to begin to climb up the ladder towards you, and their dead body sprawls down across the ground here in front of you.
Okay. And then I will take their square
Okay.
and be ready. Can I like walk around and be like in this square without taking an attack of opportunity?
Absolutely.
Yes, we'll end the turn there.
Gotcha. Not an issue
Yeah.
with that. And anything else? Bonus action?
I don't think I have any bonus actions other than 2-weapon fighting. I don't think I can do that, so we'll end it.
Okay. You hear a horn to the north, and I'm actually just gonna do something here. Let's see. As you hear the horn to the north, you begin seeing an orc troop come around the bend with some sort of commander at their back, and they are marching around towards you all steadily and surely. They will get to there at this point. That will be their turn. Maroki, what would you like to do?
Let's see. So I think I'm gonna take advantage of my height to get advantage. I'm gonna shoot an arrow at this guy. The guy with the shield.
Okay. 25 is a hit.
Oh, 2 19s in a row. Okay. So 1d6. So 6 plus my sneak attack. So 7 damage.
Okay. 7 damage. And is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn? Can do on your turn? It doesn't. Yeah, it hurts him. He's not bloodied. He's not a minion.
I guess I'm gonna throw my dagger at the one right in front of him.
Okay.
Or actually, I'm gonna throw the one. If I throw at that one, I'll keep advantage.
That's a hit.
And that's
And
4.
which one was that again? Was it this
The
one?
one, yeah, that one.
Gotcha.
1 whole damage.
That does technically drop him.
Really?
Yeah, just the minion rule.
Nice. So they're dead. Another dagger in the face.
Yep.
I think I have two daggers left in my little bandolier, plus the one on my belt. So I'm gonna have to start collecting them back soon.
I can pick them up and throw them to you. That won't go terribly.
Right. And then move back to get cover behind the tree.
Okay, and another +2 to your AC for now. All right. The Fury is going to scale the cliff for most of his movement. So that'd be 10 feet. Actually, he's got quite a bit more movement. 10, 30. And he will be able to get to there. And he will throw a javelin at Otis from about 10 feet away. That will be, oh, seriously, a 13? That doesn't hit, does it?
Doesn't. The
Yeah.
lucky number is 20.
Oh, wow. Okay. And he will end
Just like
his
s-
turn there.
Just like spikes it at the ground.
Pretty much. The other one, however, is going
Unfortunate.
to leap over the tent and land on the ground there. And he will enter the fray and throw a javelin at you as well, Otis, for a 23.
I'll hit.
Ooh.
and he's going to do 6 points of damage, piercing damage.
What is your HP on that character?
Otis? 53 max.
Holy
Oh,
smokes.
oh, all right, never mind then.
He is level 4, whereas like Maroki's level 2
Yeah.
and Eustace is level 3. So it's just I think you've been the only person consistent at every Last Haven session, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I swapped characters too.
Right.
Right when
Yeah, 'cause-
Alucard was hit level 3, I got bored with him.
That does end the Fury's turn. It is now the turn of all of these blitzers, and you're about to get a little clusterfucked. This one's going to move into here. Let me just switch to movement. This one will move to here.
Oh,
This one will move here, here.
blitzing.
Oh yeah, here. And they are going to begin raining spear attacks and javelins down upon different folks. The ones all around Otis, they all get advantage because they have some pack tactics. And that means that it's going to be a natural 20. Oh, shoot. It was a +4. So that second one is a miss. And then the third one is an 11, so that's also a miss. So only one of them will hit, and it will cause you to take 3, 4, 8 points of damage from the blitzer. The others are now going to begin raining javelins down upon the spiders in particular. The spiders, they're going for that middle spider because that's what they've seen their comrades attacking. That's going to be a miss. That's going to be a miss. And then a third miss by the looks of it.
Wow.
1, 2, 3. Yep.
Spider's lucky as fuck.
They've got disadvantage on it. Some of them for distance, some of them due to the height differential. So, Eustace, what would you like to do?
Eustace, I think. So, what do I make of this thing?
It is a shirtless orc with a pretty hefty shield charging into battle. It's got a bunch of spikes on the shield as well as a few javelins on its back. Looks stronger than the others for sure.
Okay.
And there's 2 of them.
Do you
Well-
have meta magic yet on your guy? Do you level up enough for that?
I'm level 3.
Ooh, yes, you probably.
Yeah, I have meta magic. I must have just got it.
Ooh, twin spell. It's a good one.
Yeah, I have 3 sword points. That's new. I don't remember that from before.
Is it?
Anywho.
I was gonna say, whose turn is it?
It's my turn.
It's Eustace's turn. He was reading his meta magic, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, so
Yep.
you could chaos bolt 2 guys with 1 chaos bolt.
I think that's what I want to do. So I'm gonna do that. And how much? Let's see. How much would that cost?
I think that would be 1 sorcery point.
One.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's 1 spell. It's first Chaos Bolt's a first level spell, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say 1 sorcery point for that.
Perfect. All right. So I'm gonna chaos bolt 2 people, and I'm choosing just to make it easier. I guess I'll just choose both the shield boys.
All right. And do I need to do anything for Chaos Bolt, or is that a roll from you?
Let me see here. I know I need to do an attack roll.
Gotcha.
So should I do 2 rolls or 1?
I would say 2 rolls for this, please.
All right. That one looks good. Oh, that one looks good too. All right.
Yeah, that's a hit.
So let's see. So this is for the first one. And this is for the second.
Okay.
Both of
And-
them, neither of them matched. That's where things get wacky, right? Is when the dice match.
Yeah, I mean, which of the dice would you like? What types of damage would you like to be done to these guys?
So let's see.
A 6 or an 8 for the first one, so poison or thunder by the
6.
looks of it.
Let's do poison.
Okay.
Then what was the other option for the second?
The second one looks like it's a 7 and a 3, which would be a fire or psychic.
Let's do fire.
Okay. The damage looks fully effective in terms of both attacks, and I think it actually does a little bit more than that too. I think it's supposed to do.
Oh, you're missing a D6 on both of those.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
exactly.
plus the D6. Yeah. Okay.
So that's going to be quite a bit of damage, actually. So the first one takes 17 points of damage. It is bloodied, and it is looking very rough. The second takes 15 points of fire damage and gets engulfed in flames, but he seems to burst through it, and it is bloodied, but not dead.
And this is the one that I already hit, right?
Yes, yep, that's exactly right. That's the one that looks nearly dead.
All right, so that's my action, and I still have a bonus action. I don't think I can really do anything with it, so I'm gonna stay put where I am. But now it's my spider's turn to fucking go.
Do you have to use like an action or anything to direct them? What is the spell language there?
Let's see. The spell says each creature obeys your verbal commands, and in combat they act on your turn each round.
Okay. What are your verbal commands?
My verbal commands, and now I got to look at their sheet. They have an AC of 14. They have a movement of 30, and they can basically go up and down whatever because they're spiders.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna bite them. I'm gonna bite some things. Let's do that.
I'm gonna bite them.
Yep.
I'll munch on them.
So let's go one here, and then the other one will like back up my comrade here.
Okay. And for the orcs, this is frankly an absolutely terrifying fucking sight. Large spiders begin to climb down the cliffside towards them, several of them hanging on the cliffside as they begin to bite towards the orcs. You can hear shouts of, "Oh God!" Or "Oh Grumsh!" in Orcish in terror.
It's a +5, so I'll just roll 3 20s, right?
I can roll it if you'd like. I've got their characters actually in the initiative and everything. So the first one will go left to right across the thing. That's a 13, and that's going to be a hit. That is what you needed. So that guy is going to be dead. The second one is a 13. That's actually also a hit, and it's
Wow.
going to do 6 points of damage. So 6 points of damage. Let me just make a Constitution saving throw for him. He made an 11, which
I don't know if that's good enough. Is it?
DC 11. So it's exactly what he
Oh
needed to
damn!
save.
Fuck that guy.
So he doesn't take the poison damage. The third guy is going to get attacked, and that will be the bite attack again. That's a 14, and his AC is actually a 15. So that's going to be a miss
Damn.
on him.
He's got that shield, so it makes sense.
And is that their full turn? Is there a bonus action you can do for them or anything?
I don't believe so. I think they just have action.
Okay.
T11, jeez. Okay. Yeah, that's that'll do it for them.
All right. Yeah, this Blood Runner is going to run into the fray in the midst of everything, and he is going to begin using his shield barge, his spike shield, on the spider in particular. He moved at least 10 feet, so he could move. He could make the target prone potentially with this attack. That is going to be a hit. He is going to
yeah.
do 7 points of damage to that spider. That spider is bloodied. It's got 7 of 26 hit points by the looks of it.
Yep.
And let's see, is there anything else? He will make that creature prone. So he knocks it off the wall and it like falls in front of him.
What? You
Because
can't
of
make
his
my spider prone. Don't do that.
with his spiked shield. The other one will
Spider's gonna be dead prone soon.
Yeah, he's going to move between the two spiders and see the opportunity to kill that other spider. So he will take an attack at advantage against the spider. That is going to be, oh, they're both 11. So that's going to be a 16. So that's a hit. It will be 5 points of damage. Does not kill the spider.
So I got 2 HP left on the middle guy.
Damn. I was hoping these Blood Runners could at least get rid of something. Is there anything else these Blood Runners can do? Nope. Nothing else on their turn. Otis, that brings us back and around to you. What would you like to do?
What would Otis like to do? I'm going to attack the Lady Orc to my right
Okay.
with my Warhammer Reckless style.
You will get splash damage if you do more than 7 points of damage.
Well, first we got a hit. Ooh, I think we're doing it.
That's a hit.
Come on, don't roll bad. Okay, 11 plus 2, so 13 damage to the Lady Orc to my right.
And not just the Lady Orc to your right, but the male orc in front of you. Go ahead and
Ooh.
describe both of their kills.
I do like a sweeping. I donk one in the head because this is a Warhammer, so we're crushing skulls with it, and I donk one in the head, and then just while it's still sweeping, right to left, and then I donk the guy in the head too, and they are brained.
The guy actually puts his spear up to try to block your attack, and you snap through the haft of the spear, causing it to splinter and fly away off to the side, and then you bash into his skull simultaneously.
And then let's move. Now that I can move freely, we're gonna move up to this guy. This guy, I want to 1v1 him, but I know these other guys are gonna get involved. I'm just kind of looking at him like, hey, you look like you know, this guy looks like he might actually be a fight.
Yeah, he fucks.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fight him on my next turn, because this is the end of my current turn.
Yep. All right. Which brings us back and around to the troop who has been marching from the north.
I may have heard that gentleman. Otis, I forget. I heard someone.
Ooh, I see somebody looks like they're in charge
My
too.
Chaos Bolt.
Oh, this is, I'm just gonna rip through these guys. Hopefully, not jinxing it.
They will use. Let me just do a little bit of measurement here. I'm pretty sure I got that right, but yeah, it's about right. They will get to there on their turn. Maroki, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna shoot a guy in the face. So this is the one who's like most bloodied, right?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, so I'm gonna take a shot at him.
AC of 15. And I'm going to say you don't have advantage, actually. So go ahead and redo that.
Oh. Should I just take the first roll, the 8?
like
That
a
would give you a
14.
14.
Oh,
Go ahead and reroll. Go ahead and reroll.
roll it. Oh! Good thing I
Okay.
re-rolled
my.
it.
All right.
So 12 damage.
Yeah. How would you like to describe your kill?
So after he's like, he knocks the spider prone and he has this like smug look on his face. And like he lowers his shield a little bit to like turn to his buddy to be like, oh, look what I just did. I'm fucking that spider up. And then bam, arrow right in the eye through the skull. And he falls dead to the ground.
All right. Done.
And then,
Bonus action?
yeah, I'm trying to, I don't know if I can get close enough to anyone to. Let's see, would I be able to like, would I be able to get within 20 feet of this one? Does
Yeah.
that work? Okay.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so throwing dagger at advantage. 22.
That is
And
a hit,
it will do at least 1 damage.
and they are dead.
And down to 2 throwing daggers.
Gotcha. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Get back behind the tree.
All right. And it looks like we've got a fucking camper that we got to get rid of.
Yeah, I'm squishy. I'm scared.
It's
The
fair.
orc fury in front of, I think this would be the spider, is going to look at the spider and take. Let's see. Oh, they will use their bonus action to regain 5 hit points. So that's the first thing they will do. So they'll have 21 of 22 hit points. They will then take an advantage attack on the spider in front of them, which is
Oh,
going to
spider.
be with two-handed, or it was prone, I should say. So they will do 15 damage and they will kill the spider. So the spider is gone. And then they will move here to give the other fury advantage. And it is their turn. They will look at you,
Mm-hmm.
Otis, and they will get advantage on this attack roll.
Cowards.
Big money. 23 to hit. And they will do. That's pretty good. 15 points of damage.
Okay, I will use my reaction.
Okay. You are medium as well, so you must make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay.
Because they're smashing you with a huge Haymaker Great Axe, which is the actual action that they used. Haymaker Great Axe. So let's see.
Oh, you said strength saving. Shit, I rolled an athletics check.
Oh, so good. Make the strength.
Yeah.
Do you get advantage on
Actually,
that as
it's
well?
also a +7. Well, any strength, because I'm raging, so any strength. I think because raging is any strength thing.
I just don't know if you get advantage. Is the real question.
Yeah. Raging. You gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws,
Cool.
not attacks. So yeah,
So then
so it's
we
a
can-
+7 either way.
We can just use that. So 21 is good enough. You do not fall prone.
Okay. But yeah, my reaction. So I would take 7 damage, but I'm gonna use my reaction. What's it called? Stone's Endurance. So I reduce damage dealt to me by 1d12 plus 5 once per short rest. So I
Okay.
roll a d12. Where the hell is 12? I don't think I've ever clicked it. Okay. Come on. Okay, so I don't take any damage.
Nice. You just shrug it off as they come at you with this big old Haymaker Great Axe.
Okay.
That will be their turn, which brings us to the Blitzers. And there are quite a few of them. The other ones are not going to go until the next round, but the ones that do have their turns will. We're going to do something different because their tactics are not working. They're going to move to there. and here, and they're going to start throwing javelins at Eustace and
Do I get an
Ragnar.
attack of opportunity? The one that ran by the spider?
Yes, the spider will get an attack of opportunity. Here, let me roll that quickly for you. It will take a bite, and it's going to be a miss. The first one with the spear will take. It will make a normal attack. Does a 12 hit you, Eustace? Or an 11, I should say.
No.
Okay. And Maroki, Marlak, 15?
That's a miss. 'Cause I'm hiding
Good.
behind a tree like a little bitch.
So your AC is like a 17 by the looks of
17.
it? Okay. Gotcha. And that will be their full turns, which brings us. Let me just double check something. Oh, no, sorry. There's a few more. They will climb up and move to here. Climb up and move to here. They will attack the spider. That's going to be a miss, and that's going to be a hit. And they will do 3 damage to that spider. And that will then be their turn, I think. Make sure I'm not missing anybody else. A lot of guys in play. These ones would probably move down to here at this point. This one would move down to here. This one would be over to here. All right. That's their full turn. And Eustace, what are you doing?
Gotta be
So
murdering guys.
I think I'm gonna do a firebolt. See, which ones did I hit with my chaos bolt last time?
You hit the 2 shield guys, one of which is dead. So it was this one and this one.
How much damage can your Chaos Bolt do?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, it's what, 2d8 plus 1d6?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can either chip away at the guys with health, or there's that column of guys coming over. They're all lined up.
Yeah. Maroki would like yell over to Eustace, be like, take out the big guys, I got the small fry.
Okay.
Well, I feel okay about the spiders, and I want to support. I want to.
Yeah.
The way I'm lined up, I want to,
Yeah, the
take
super
a
mutant
little-
guys seem like
take
they do
a
the
little
most
step
damage.
over here. So, in a line here. Potentially. I don't know how the ruling works or whatever, but just
That's
in
fine.
case.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna shoot at this man who's like on Eustace's back.
Okay.
I'll shoot at him with the firebolt.
Okay. That's a hit.
It's like 3 fire damage.
He does take the damage. It's fully effective. Doesn't really seem to do much to him. He's definitely not bloodied yet. Those 2 are pretty strong from what you can tell. They both have these enormous axes in their hands. They seem a little more in charge and at large than the others.
Okay.
And the spiders?
Yeah, spiders are going to fight back against these guys,
Okay.
attacking them.
All right, let me roll for the first one. And that will be from the left to right again. So the first one rolls an 18. He's going to kill this first guy with a bite as he climbs back up the wall a little bit to do so. The second, would you like it to kill the one on the north or the south or this blood runner?
This guy.
Okay. He will attack the blood runner. That's going to be a hit with a 24. That's pretty good damage. He will do 8 points of damage off the bat. Let's see if the blood runner makes his Constitution saving throw. He's got to get an 11. He does, so he does not take the poison damage once again from the spider. He's still up. He's very rough, but he is still up. Is there anything else the spiders would like to do? Movement from either of them?
Yeah. This one gonna move.
You can go a little further with it if you'd like.
There's fine.
Okay.
I just want to give Otis support.
Gotcha.
The group of guys coming here.
Makes perfect sense. All good on your turn then, Eustace? Do you want to move at all, or do you need to do anything?
Get here.
All
Hiding
right.
in this bush or tree or whatever the fuck this is.
That brings us to this blood runner. It will use its shield, and it will use its spike shield to make an attack against the spider. Oh, it gets advantage on that because it's flanking. Doesn't matter. It's gonna miss. And that will end its turn and bring us back and around to Otis. What would you like to do, Otis?
Otis, do you guys know if you've done damage to either of these two big guys?
The guy below you, I did 3 damage.
All right, and the other guys at full.
He's at 1 hit point shy of full.
Okay, so yeah. We'll do the one that Eustace was attacking.
Okay.
Ooh, do I want to give this thing? Do I want to be reckless and then give this guy advantage against me?
They both have
No.
it already.
Oh,
'cause
they
they're
already
flanking
have
you.
it? Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, good call. We'll be reckless then.
right. Their AC is 13.
It's 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
Come on. One? So 8.
All right.
Did 8
It
damage.
is. He is bloodied.
Yeah.
So you did do a significant amount of damage to him. You are holding your own in combat, but you are feeling a little cornered and a little cramped. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No. Ending turn.
Okay. That brings us back and around to the Orc Rampart. He will charge past his comrades. He's got 35 feet of movement by the looks of it.
Which character are we looking at? Oh, that one.
And he will get into combat immediately with you,
Who
Otis.
the fuck is this?
And he has multi-attack, so he'll be able to make 2 attacks with his spear.
All right.
When he attacks you with both of the attacks, he has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures if the Rampart attacks targets the same creature with both attacks, the target has disadvantage. So you will have disadvantage on him if you attack him, because he's going to attack you with both attacks. He does not have advantage or anything, so these are just normal attacks. So 19 is going to be a miss. However, the second attack's a 24, and that's going to be a hit.
That's a hit.
He is using both hands, so it's going to be 1d8 plus 4. That's going to be 11 points of piercing damage to you.
Damn. Okay.
Now, there is one reaction that he might be able to use on your turn, but that'll come up later because we're going to go to Moroki.
All right, time to kill. I think these 2 little minion guys. Or actually, one of the
Why not kill the strong guy's about to kill
the
Otis?
guy, that or the guy with the shield, because if he kills the guy next to the spider, then the spider can help Otis.
Yeah, this guy is like looking real bad, right?
Yeah, he's looking quite rough. There's a lot of blood all over his like shirtless chest and everything.
Okay. So I'm gonna take my advantage short bow attack with 14. That's a miss, isn't it?
That is a miss. Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. So I guess I'll throw my dagger at him.
And that's a flat attack roll. I
Yeah.
wanna say.
So that's also a miss.
Yep. And as these things, one of them hits the shield, one of them just hits the ground before it gets to him.
So I sulk back behind my tree and kind of hang my head.
Okay, taking a little bit of cover that you can, you move back behind the tree, which brings us around to the orc furies surrounding Otis. The first one is going to take an attack at advantage with 2 hands on his axe. Let's see. Oh, that's such a shit roll. So he's going to miss. The second of them is going to use his bonus action to regain 5 hit points because he has not yet done that. The other one did. So he gets a little healthier.
Straight 5. Wow.
Let's see. And then the other, yeah, so he's going to get advantage on his attack as well because that was only a bonus action to get a little bit of heal. That's going to be a natural 20, Otis.
God damn. Goddamn furries.
Wow.
Oh, this is rough too for the crit damage. 27 points
no.
of crit damage with the
Damn.
with the haymaker. So as you block the other one, you turn around and effectively take this straight to the chest. How much damage does this do to you?
The 27?
Yeah.
Well, halved is 14, right?
Okay. And can you use your reaction as well against it?
That
or
was a
not?
one-time deal. Yeah, that was a once per short rest or long rest. So yeah. I can't-
Didn't know he was gonna get critted and then like a nearly max roll
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal, I gotta say.
Sorry, Otis can take it. Otis is tough as shit.
I'm below 50%.
You're a lot below 50%, is what I would say. Is it their full turn? Yeah, they're gonna stay there. That said, we now come to the blitzers, and they are blitzing. The first one is going to begin climbing up towards Eustace, and he will get
No.
within, oh yeah, within range of attacking Eustace. This is going to be a 21 to hit. It will do 1 point of damage to you.
No.
The others are going to attack the spider. That's going to be a miss on the spider. And that's going to be a hit on the spider, doing 2 points of damage to that spider.
Which one? The southern one?
Yeah, the southern one that's already taking damage. But we begin to get all the other blitzers into the fray. Nice. And they all have like enough range for this. 35. Perfect. This one will get to here. This one will get here. That's good enough. Can I unhook this? "30 feet, that's good enough. It will get there. Otis, you are going to take 3 more attacks from these guys as they surround you. And several of them have, I actually think they all have advantage by the looks of it. So 1, 2, 3, and it looks like the first 2 miss. The third one hits. You are going to take 5 points of damage. The next one is going to take an attack at the spider that doesn't have a lot of damage yet. It does hurt it. It will take 1, 2, 3 points of damage. So that's the one that had not yet been hurt, in particular, Eustace.
You said
And
3?
then, yep. And that brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 attacks from the others on the spider that had been hurt. So that's a hit, miss, hit, hit. So that's going to be 4, 8, 12. That's going to be 16 points of damage.
Wow.
Because They are really surrounding the spider, laying into it with spears. Effectively, as they begin to surround it, their damage multiplies quite a lot. That brings us around in the turn order. Back to Eustace. What would you like to do, Eustace? There is one orc blitzer in your face.
Well, I wanted to do something to help Otis, but I can't ignore this guy who's in my face. It's a damn shame. Um, I kind of have to ignore this guy who's in my face right now. And I'm gonna Chaos Bolt again with I'm gonna twin spell that bitch.
Okay.
So I've done 2 out of 3 of my sorcery points.
Gotcha. And who are you attacking?
Oh, good question. So
That's pretty
Uh,
dope.
I think I'd attack the new guy with the shield.
Gotcha.
The guy seemed like the obvious threat. So he's gonna receive the crit.
Gotcha.
Then let's see. I'll roll another one to get it out of the way. 17, and I'd probably do the guy who was like behind him that I already damaged once.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage for all that. And start with the critical damage on
Yeah.
the big bad. Okay,
6.
that was pretty nasty.
So with that crit damage, how is that gonna work?
He
'Cause, like,
takes all that damage.
Oh, there's 2 8s. Hold on. Something happens when there's 2 8s. Hold on.
you got like 3/8.
It leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice.
Yeah. Yes.
So make a new attack roll against the new target, make a new damage roll.
Hold on.
and,
But do I make this new attack at crit or normal damage?
so it's a new attack roll, so therefore if you
Oh,
crit
new,
on
okay,
that,
new
it'll,
attack roll. Okay.
yeah. So go ahead and roll that new attack roll.
No.
Oh no.
Bust. God damn it.
It just like
That's what I
shoots
was-
off and hits a tree.
That's annoying. I want it to be cool.
Still pretty
But
epic.
it's still, yeah, still a lot of
Did you use your
damage.
inspiration?
You could if you wanted.
Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, still not gonna hit.
damn it.
Well, I mean, it depends who it went after.
I will say that's going to be a miss regardless.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah. It is low enough that it doesn't matter.
But
Still.
you're telling me there's a
Alright.
chance.
But type of damage, I guess. Whatever. We'll just call it all thunder. If there's 8s on.
All right. And you hear
Yeah.
this enormous clap of thunder as it slams into this orc rampart who's holding this shield and spear. And you can see him staggered by such a brutal attack. He is still up. He is significantly bloodied. I don't want to say he's on the edge of death, but he's not doing great. He's a lot less than half. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn before the spiders, or just the spiders now?
Hold on, I still gotta do the other damage because that was the crit. I still haven't done the damage for the regular one.
Yeah, you're right. For the fury build to the south, go for it.
Oh, whoops, that's the wrong. Click the wrong thing. So there's that plus a d6.
Oh wow, 20 points of damage.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Eustace, how would you like to do this?
Well, let's see what type of damage that leaves me with here. Psychic or thunder? We're gonna say psychic. So like his brain just fries.
Okay.
Guy falls basically, you know.
And he begins screaming, clutching at his skull as blood begins pouring from his ears, the axe dropping out of his hand, dead at Otis's feet.
Nice. And okay, now time for the spiders.
Ooh, what are you gonna do with that that spider? Let me get a little pointer here. Let me get a little pointer action. What do you do with this spider? Cause
I'm gonna attack the guy with the shield, I think.
the metal guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst with the end of the world if you took an attack of opportunity from one of these spear guys. Cause
Well, he's pretty big, so I don't know if he'll take it, but you know, it's whatever.
If you
He
move
does.
to
like if he went to like
Here.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
you will take 1 attack of opportunity. Is
Okay.
what I would say.
And I mean, they do like 1 damage, right?
Yeah.
So
Let's
Okay.
see.
it's worth it.
The
Well, I'll do
blitzer,
that. Yeah.
It'll miss. It'll even miss. So
Perfect. Okay, so that spider will attack this man, and then this spider will attack him and Fit. This guy's still alive?
Yep.
that is
Okay.
going to be a hit. It's going to be 10. How would you like to do this with the spider?
Which one?
Eustace? This one. I was starting with this one first.
Oh. Let's just say you know, Otis is in the sorry, didn't mean to grab that. Otis is in the midst of battle here, and then he just hears like a like this like creepy sound, and then like out of the corner of his eye, he sees like the spider silhouette, and then just like come up behind this thing and just like sees the legs like, you know, creep over the guy who's like he's engaged with, and then the spider just jumps on top and like fucking bites his head.
And you can see this shadow sort of overwhelm the battlefield. And Otis, as you look to your right, this enormous spider comes down, grabs him by the head, lifts him off his feet, and he's like sucking his brains out.
Super Troopers? No, Starship
Yeah.
Troopers. Starship
Hell-
Troopers. Yeah.
Definitely Helldivers.
Yeah.
The only good bug is a dead bug.
The military made me the man I am today.
Yeah.
And the other one, you would like me to roll against the guy with the shield, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he will
on.
get a 17. That's going to be a hit.
Ooh.
Nice.
And he is going to kill him as well. So if there's anything in particular you would like to happen for his death, go ahead and tell us about it. But
You know, about the same thing.
This
Jumps
is
up,
A huge,
sucks on his head.
huge round for Eustace.
Yeah.
This got a lot
Massive
Huge
more
round for the
winnable.
spiders.
This got a lot more winnable.
yes, it did.
Okay.
Yes, it did. And I think so. That's your full turn with the spiders as well.
Yeah.
Otis,
Yeah.
what would you like to do?
All right. Yeah. I'm going after the super mutant looking guy to my north. I think he's a furry.
He's a fury, yeah.
He's got a little
Warhammer-
cattail
Warhammer
protruding from
Reckless
his pants.
style. Okay. And then
Mario like raccoon tail.
8, so 10 damage to him.
All right. He is still up.
Yep. And I got bonus action. I'm gonna bust out. I saw in my inventory I have a potion of healing that I will use.
Oh, nice.
2d4. 2. This is a d4. We click it twice. We click roll. And we get max on both. So that's 10.
Holy smokes.
Yes, it's happening. It's happening.
You guys are
Yeah.
going to get a lot of XP for this, is what I will say.
Yeah, I think
What, for
Hell
killing
yeah.
a whole clip of orcs?
Moroki's gonna get
if
2
we
levels.
survive?
Moroki's gonna get 2 levels.
It's going to be a lot of XP.
And then I'm not gonna use this round, but I just realized there's a thing in my inventory called a Potion of Fury. It's a custom item, and I have no idea what that is, so we'll have to figure that out at some point.
I think it's basically like super rage or something.
Yeah, I must
Along
have
those
found it in
lines.
like a
Yeah.
dungeon we did. But yeah, that's the end of my turn.
All right. That brings us to Moroki. What would you like to do?
Let's just start mopping up some of these guys. Sounds like Eustace did all the heavy lifting.
Spiders.
That burned most of the charges in your staff, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So I guess get some distance measurements. So I guess I'll take a short bow shot at the last Fury. This guy
Okay.
up here.
Let's see.
God damn, I'm rolling like shit. 11.
Yeah, that is going to be a miss.
All right. And then I guess I'll throw a knife at this guy.
Okay.
He's outside of range, so that's just a flat roll. 14.
That is a hit.
All right, and it will do at least 1 damage.
Yeah, so that one falls dead. The Fury, however, you watched block your arrow with the flat of his axe. He like literally just tossed it right up in front of him and just blocked the arrow.
And that was my last throwing dagger too.
Oh wow. Okay. Out of ammo. That does bring us to the Fury as you duck back behind the tree. Is that right?
Yes, definitely ducking behind the tree.
All right. Grabbing his raccoon tail and stroking it, he will turn to Otis and yell, "Feel my wrath.
Oh,
Feel-
it's like a super move.
Feel my furry wrath."
Let's grab.
He will. Does he have advantage on this? He does not. Actually, he will move to here, so he gets advantage on this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, 15 is not going to be a hit. That is his full turn, technically. The Blitzers. There are a lot of them still. They will all get advantage on you, Otis. There's going to be 3 attacks from them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oops. Let me reroll that. So 1, 2, 3. They all miss.
I'll miss.
And the spider, there's 1, 2. So there's 4 attacks of opportunity against the spider, and then 2 normal attacks. I'll do the normal attacks first. That's going to be a crit, so that's going to be quite a lot of damage. I think that spider's probably going to die. The second one is going to be a miss. Just on the crit alone, because there's 6, 12, that spider's dead.
Okay.
So, which then actually leaves a lot of these other guys to move up and around the spider here. And they are all going to get attacks of opportunity, or sorry, they're all going to get advantage, which, let's see, could be a lot of damage against this spider. So there's 4 of these. So there's a natural 20. Wow, that was the only one that hit too. So that, again, that's going to be 12. Let me do this. 4. Well, actually, there's a lot of guys around there. 6. 6 times 7. 14 points of damage against the spider.
They all go twice.
Nope, just that one guy gets a critical hit and he does 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's because of their ability where, like, when somebody else, another blitzer is around them, they do another 1 piece of damage for every blitzer within 5 feet of the enemy. So they're basically, like, multiplying the amount of damage they do. So that guy is down to 7 points of damage, or 9 points of health by the looks of it. And then that brings us to you, Eustace. What would you like to do? Oh, wait, sorry. There's one guy next to you. They're going to take an attack against you. Let's see if that hits. The 12 does not hit. So that was their turn. The other guys are still running in. What would you like to do, Eustace?
It's a good question.
That's basically everyone.
Hmm. Well, get some guys moving here. The problem is these guys. Hmm.
Are you thinking of which guy to attack?
No, not quite.
What are you thinking?
Oh, hold on a sec. Wait a tick here. All right. I thought my range was not as good as it is. So we're gonna do something here
Okay.
on Eustace's turn. So a 20-foot radius sphere.
Ooh, whoa.
We're gonna do one of those guys.
Okay. Hope there's no friendly fire involved, is there?
And so what is there any way you could plop one of those down on the map so I could see like how big that is? 20-foot radius sphere.
Yeah, totally. 20-foot radius is going to be pretty enormous, actually. So the radius is going to be. I will draw 20 feet here. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I actually think it's about this sphere right here. Might actually be that. That's a 20-foot radius sphere.
Am I able to move this thing?
Yep.
Okay.
If you want to like move it like here or something.
I'm trying to. Okay. Just trying to figure out where to click it. I got it. Okay. So I do not want Axel in it. Or Axel.
Who the fuck is Axel?
The other axle.
So it looks like the spider is gonna have to get sacrificed. If I
You can
do
probably-
it like this,
What if you do like that? That way you're not hitting the spider.
I don't care about the spider though.
Yeah, he served his purpose. It was good. It was
Yeah.
a good run.
But then you just be hitting the spider just for the sake of killing the spider.
No, I'd be killing like another 5 people, dude. Let me cook here. Can't click it again. All right, I got it. Okay, so look at this. This basically gets all of them besides one, right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
So
And the one over by yourself. But
yeah. So I do that,
you want it like there.
and this stays up. This is I'm concentrating on this now. Hold on. I think
is
that
the
would make the
spell?
spider go away anyway. Because
O-
hold on,
okay.
yeah, because the giant insect is a con spell anyway, so the spider would go away regardless. So
Becomes one
yeah,
of
it's
the
a
other
con-
insects in the swarm.
it's a con 13 for everybody in it, and if they succeed, then they take half of this damage.
Oh wow, they're all gonna die.
Yeah, I assume that.
What are you using in particular for this?
Insect plague.
How does this use up all the rest of your charges on your
-1 charge. I still have 1 charge left.
Okay, go ahead and roll a wild magic surge.
Okay.
And then go ahead and roll a d20.
What
the staff
what am I doing? Wild magic surge. Which
A d6. And 5 or a 6 is gonna cause you to wild magic surge.
and you said I do a d20.
Oh, you do. It looks like you wild magic surged. So go ahead and roll a d100. And it looks like an 83 is. Oh no.
Mhm.
Eustace
Uh,
explodes.
Kind of. Everyone within 30 feet of Eustace
Oh no!
going to take 1d10 necrotic damage. So that looks like Maroki, the orc, and then the fury. So go ahead and roll 3 1d10s.
Oh, can I call dibs on the one?
Yeah, actually. We will go with the 6 will go to the fury. You can take the 1, and then the other guy takes the 3 points, and he is dead.
Who's taking the 6? Me?
Nope. You actually
Oh.
get healed that much
Oh.
HP. You get healed 10 HP from this.
Oh,
Oh.
you dick!
Well, I mean, I wasn't down, so I think I'm good. Yeah.
But go ahead and roll your. Actually, it doesn't matter for you to roll your damage on all those guys, does it? They're just all dead.
I mean, I did roll it already.
And does the spider also die? I assume.
The spider goes down because my con switched.
Gotcha.
He
Then
can,
I'll
he
rip
can become
him out.
like one of the other insects in the insect plague.
But this circle is deadly to anybody around because there's still more bad guys, right? We're still on initiative, or is that it?
You are still in initiative. There is 1 fury and 1 blitzer left.
Yeah. Eustace lets everybody know not to go in that plague that just killed everybody, the insect plague.
All right. Otis, what would you like to do?
Go for Fury.
Okay.
Reckless.
That's a hit.
10 more damage to him.
Yeah. And how do you kill him?
Skull bash.
All right. And again, his brains splatter across the ground, littering the area. Is that your full turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Maroki, what would you like to do?
Start heading down. So I guess I'll come down to here. That's probably my full movement because I had to climb down.
Okay.
And then I'll take a shot at the last remaining person.
Okay.
Would I still am I still high enough up for advantage?
Not in this instance, just normal.
Well, still killed it.
Yeah, that is a hit, and the last individual falls. You do see the bones, or the bodies being stripped by the insects down to the bones on all of those creatures that were within the insect swarm. The staff is vibrating in your hands, Eustace. You suspect if you used the last charge, it very well could break. You don't know how likely it is to break, but you do think it's very close to breaking at this point. All around you are dead orcs everywhere.
They're all dead?
They are all dead. We are out of initiative at this point.
We did
As,
it.
as we wrap up the evening, I will give each of you 1,125 XP for this.
That's 1,125.
Yeah,
Okay.
Let's see.
which is quite a bit.
Yeah, level 3.
Nice. There's a little bit of a multiplier on there just because of the sheer number of blitzers in particular that you decided to face off against. That was an incredibly deadly fight for 3 of you at your levels, and you handled it very well.
Staff.
Right.
Staff definitely helps for sure. So we've got Maroki going up to level 3. Eustace, does that put you at level 4 or not?
No, I'm really close. I'm very close.
How much off are you? Oh, okay, you're still a few hundred off. So yeah, you
Yeah.
are very close. And then where does that put you, Otis? Is that like halfway up to level 5?
Not quite. I need another 2,000, like 2,500.
Gotcha. Okay. It's pretty good though. Pretty solid fight and everything. Cool. As you look around at the carnage of the battle, I will provide you with loot over the week here at some point, and we will pick it up with the lot of you back in the cave, deciding what your next adventure will be. There will be consequences for doing this, obviously. Might be something happening at the town as well.
Yep.
You will bring proof of this back with you so the townsfolk know that you have slain these orcs.
Consequences for saving the
Yeah,
day?
we're the good guys.